This article right here is going to make a lot of people mad, angry. Trump ties for highest approval he's ever had as more Americans say U.S. is on the right track than any time in 20 years. Y'all, Jasmine Crockett, Roland Martin, Van Jones, all of them about to be pissed off. Sonny Holton, they about to be pissed off because President Donald Trump has the highest approval rating he's ever had. We're going to talk about it, okay? Well, all right.
BeeSparrow, 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 BeeSparrow. Yo, dog, it's BeeSparrow. Like, share, and subscribe. This belief is gonna bring it live. Information, world news, current events, the source. Accurate as a fingerprint. A cool sister, a force for the people. Attacking real enemies, strategy that's lethal. There will be no sequels, so get your tickets. A cool place for you to sit back and kick it. Or get evicted. Dialogue till we get to the bottom of it. We can agree to disagree, hate it or love it. Either way, she's sitting talking like an arrow. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, BeeSparrow.
So before we get into this article, according to the New York Post, about Donald Trump's approval rating, I just want to say that I am falling in love with AI. My friend Commodore Jones, she's an artificial intelligence content creator, and she has turned me on to so many different apps to show you how to create AI videos. And I'm thinking about turning my channel into AI using my voice and my picture. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so this article, according to the New York Post, Donald Trump ties for highest approval he's ever had. 3 months ago, 3 months into his second term, President Trump hit the highest approval rating he's ever had as commander-in-chief, while more Americans say that the country is on the right track. And at any point since 2004, this is according to a new poll. That's the good news, according to an NBC News poll. The bad news is that Trump still has not won over a majority of Americans, and 54% said they disapprove of his handling of the economy. The first time he's lost a majority on that issue in NBC's polls. Even so, the survey found that voters generally feel Trump is bringing the right kind of change on the key issues, even tariffs. More Americans support his changes to trade policy, 41%, than oppose them, 38%, according to NBC. That's kind of close. That's despite the stock market sell-off last week as Wall Street grappled with Trump's decision earlier this month to slap 25% across-the-board tariffs on Canada and Mexico, as well as a 20% tariff on China. On many other key issues, voters felt the same way, with Trump's actions on the border being the most popular. 56% said it was a positive change. On government cuts, 47% said his changes were good compared to just 29% who opposed. Even on his handling of the Ukraine war and NATO policies, on which he's received significant pushback, more respondents said his actions were good, 41%, than opposed his actions, 40%. NBC poll respondents also appear to be cutting Trump some slack on inflation. 40% said his policies are having a positive effect compared to 30% who said they were having a negative impact, and 28% who said Trump's policies are not changing things at all. Illustrating how the president remains a political Rorschach test for a deeply divided country, Trump's approval rating among Republicans is 90%, while his figures among Democrats clock in at a paltry 4% per poll. That's the largest gap in approval ratings between a president's party and the opposition party over the last 80 years. Let me say that again. That's the largest gap in improving ratings between a president's party and the opposition party over the last 80 years, referencing the president's test for a deeply divided country. Trump's approval rating among Republicans is 90% and only 4% amongst Democrats, right? Woo. Some 47% of voters in the survey approved of Trump compared to 51% who disapproved, marking an all-time high in the polls. He previously hit 47% in early 2020, just before the COVID-19 pandemic, and in October 2018. NBC News findings mirror most other polling, with the latest Real Clear Politics aggregate of polls showed Trump with a 48.2% approval. These Democrats are going to be pissed off to the point of pissivity. Even Dodge, D-O-G-E, was polled in this article. It says, excuse me, Trump's approval rating is significantly higher than where it stood at this point during his first term, per RCP, though below where former President Joe Biden was during the same time, 53%. In another boost for Trump, NBC News recorded that a 2-decade high 44% of registered voters believes that the country is on the right track, while 54% believe it's heading in the wrong direction. While still pessimistic, that marks the most positive outlook on the country's direction the poll has found since President George W. Bush was in office 20 years ago. It's almost a huge swing from the last administration. Last September, just 28% of polled voters told NBC News that the country was headed in the right direction, compared to 65% who said it was on the wrong track. One of the most significant actions Trump has taken in his second term was to establish the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, something that has sparked protests from government workers and an outcry from the Democratic Party. While DOGE is unpopular, 47% negative to 41% positive, voters generally believe it was a good idea. They generally believe that it was a good idea, 46% compared to 40% who say it was a bad idea. Trump has steadfastly stood by DOGE and Elon Musk amid political backlash to the cost-cutting initiative, which is intended to help slim down the federal deficit. In a key bright spot for Trump, Democrats favorably is at an abysmal 27%, with 55% viewing the party negatively, marking the worst numbers for the party in NBC News polling history. They are favorably, the Democrats are favorably at an abysmal 27%, with 55% viewing the party negatively. And they still don't get it. They still don't get it. They still want to blame Trump for everything instead of being accountable or taking accountability for their own actions. That's your Democratic Party. Another poll from CNN found a similar result and also pegged the Dems with their lowest ratings in its polling history, with only 29% viewing the party favorably. Additionally, voters displayed skepticism of the media's coverage of Trump, with 46% concluding it's been too critical, while 25% felt it was too supportive, and 24% approved of the media's approach to him. The NBC News survey sampled 1,000 registered voters between March 7 and 11, with a margin of error of plus or minus 3.1 percentage points. So there you have it. As you can see, according to this article, President Donald Trump's approval rating has gone up while the Democratic approval rating is down. The American people have spoken. I think Democrats need to get themselves together, stop blaming everybody else for their misfalls, and do something. Stop singing "We Shall Overcome." Stop trying to reenact the 1960 bridge crossing, and come on up into 2025 and determine what your people need. Okay? Whew. All these numbers made me hungry. What do y'all think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe to my girl Commodore Jones's page. It's called Flame and Fiction, where she writes or she do videos, AI videos of her writings, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm BeeSparrow, Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio affiliates. Y'all, holla at y'all, girl. Okay. Well, all right.
BeeSparrow, 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 BeeSparrow. Yo, dog, it's BeeSparrow. Like, share, and subscribe. This belief is gonna bring it live. Information, world news, current events, the source. Accurate as a fingerprint. A cool sister, a force for the people. Attacking real enemies, strategy that's lethal. There will be no sequels, so get your tickets. A cool place for you to sit back and kick it. For being fiction. Dialogue till we get to the bottom of it. We can agree to disagree. Hate it or love it. Either way, she's sitting and talking like an arrow. Introducing